Hello, this is Lorianne, and I'm about to show you how to rebuild a transfer case for a 2005 BMW X5. Now this is the ATC 500 transmission, or transfer case. It's very similar to the ATC 400 transfer case that you find inside of the BMW X3, just a little heavier duty. Start out, you're going to need to go inside this piece right here, and there's a little C-clamp clip that you need to loosen up and pull out. Once you get it loosened, you usually have to use a couple of tools to grab a hold of it there, pull it on out. This little C-clamp clip, don't lose it. This is going to be the chain that we're going to replace it with. This is an 059 Borg Warner Morse chain. Best thing to do in this case is just go ahead and tuck that little clip back inside of there so you know you won't lose it. Alright, this piece has to come out, so you need to give it a few good taps. And away she goes. Get that knocked loose. Once that's loose, now you have your entire system here all ready to come apart. I recommend using one of these types of tools. You don't have to use this particular brand, but I happen to love this one. Check it, make sure it's going to be going in the right direction. Then you want to go ahead and remove all the bolts all the way around, and you want to do it in a staggered pattern so you don't warp your pieces. So you pull the whole thing apart like this. Boring part, so just stay patient. I've already drained the fluid in this unit. It's very important to know that this has a very special type of fluid. This is a BMW DTF1 SAE 75. Specifically, if you look on the back here, is an equivalent to the Shell 0870. No other manufacturer, there's like two other manufacturers that make it. It's about $30 to $100 a liter. Don't cheap out on it. Get the right stuff. You don't want to have to start over with a bad transmission again. So have a case of that, or actually just one liter of that handy. That's all you'll need. Taking this loose. Usually best to have a little container to keep your bolts and stuff into. Otherwise they end up places where you don't want to have to hunt them down from. Good thing about this particular tool is it's good for putting the unit back together as well, because it has a maximum torque of 30 pounds per square inch, which is about what you need. Do recommend that you have handy a fully digitized torque wrench so you make sure you don't over tighten anything and that all your bolts are tightened properly. Alright, so that's got all the bolts out of it. Important couple of things to take into note here. Over here on this far side, and I'll bring you over here to take a look at it a little bit closer. Hold on, I'll bring you right back to your comfortable hideout in just a moment. So we come over here and look at the other side of this unit. On the back side of this unit, you look right there. You see that? That's one of the pry points. So what you want to do is put your screwdriver in there, just like that. It's usually the first one you want to work on. And just kind of work it back and forth until you see the wall will come loose a little bit. See how that's opening up a little bit there? Then you want to come over here and you want to get a pry point underneath that, lift that up a little bit. And then there's another pry point over here. So you try getting each one of these pry points as evenly as possible. And then sometimes you have to go to places where you don't really want to, but you will have to. Let me put you back on your spot over here. Hold on. Apologize for that, but it's best to keep you safe. Alright, so we have this unit coming loose. A couple other pry points you might need to get even on, because you want to make sure that you don't overdo it. There's a couple of tap points over here. Tap on to get it coming apart a little bit easier. You don't want to put too much strain inside of any of these points, because if you do, you might damage the actual surface, and that's the last thing you want to get done. Looks like we knocked it on loose. Look inside of here. See, we have it on an upside down basis because this piece was sitting up. Now you look inside of it, you're going to see a couple of things. Let me grab a flashlight. This right here, that's going to be your oil pump right there. Notice it does have a hose that runs behind your shifting mechanism. Gearing is over there, and this is the chain that we're looking to change. Now that we have the cases split apart, we want to flip it over, okay? Now hold on, we'll flip this over. Set it back together first, so you don't have a big mess on your hands. Now this is something that's also pretty critical. You have to make sure that you set up some blocks. You set these blocks up so that the pin over here is sticking off the side. Set this up, roll it on over. Probably a little more awkward way to do it than could be done, but set it up so that this other shaft is sticking over the side, so that when you put the whole thing back together, it goes back together more smoothly. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull this piece off again. Now you know that the shaft, you want to check for wear on that shaft. It will have a little bit of a wear mark in the middle here. That's not actually a wear mark, that's actually the way it's made. So you won't need to worry about that. Check your bearings, make sure you don't let any clay in them. Any clay in there is good. This piece right here is normally a little bit more difficult to get out, so I've often had to take it, smack it a few times from the other side to knock it through. When you do that, you usually want to use a piece of wood and a good size persuader to smack it through. Don't be too shy. I tried doing it with a standard dead blow hammer. Not enough torque to knock it through, so you've got to use wood. Once you have that loose, your chain comes out pretty easily. Put your chain on out. Defective chain works pretty sadly. Put that aside. Couple of things you need to note right here. Notice that on this clutch basket, it's all apart right there. You have to make sure two things. Inside here, there's a thrust washer that fits right in the middle of the clutch basket. That has to be in place. If that's not in place, you can find yourself in a very difficult situation. All of these little clutch fingers have to be in perfect alignment in order to get the clutch basket to fit back in right. And sometimes you just have to work at it a little bit, get it all down in there right. One other thing you want to take a close look at here, you see this over here? This is your shift lever that runs with your shifting actuator. You want to make sure it goes to its smallest point so that these two little rollers in here fit into that slot. Double check to make sure that all your bearings, all your clutches are in place. Everything's in good shape there. Then you want to make sure everything is cleaned up real well. You don't have any additional oils or shavings or anything from taking it apart inside of this unit at all. Now, I've actually had this apart before, so that's why we're at this point instead of a little bit further down the line and way back down the line. Usually we'll take like a razor blade, because all the way around the outside edges here is just a silicone, usually a gray silicone RTD sealant. And you want to make sure you get all that old sealant off, because let's face it, nobody likes to see a puddle in their driveways. Alright, get that all thing together. Now, one of the things that you're going to probably see pop around, you need to have a good eye on, is this little magnet right here. See that? That sits in the bottom of this unit, right inside that little slot right there. That's so anything that happens inside of your transmission case, it's going to end up falling down into there. If it's metal, it'll get trapped there. That way it's easy to detect if there's anything that's going on that's bad inside the engine. Little pieces of aluminum obviously are not going to get caught to it. Little pieces of aluminum are not normally that big of a problem unless it's because your chain is way loose and not working properly. Okay, so we'll take our new chain and we'll put our new chain. Remember, it has like little edges on the top of it. It will fit on top of the gear like that. Remember, if you try to do it any other way, not quite even, it'll never fit onto it. So it has like a little cap to it. And you take this other one and make sure that it's capped on there as well. See how it goes on top of those gears? Then you want to set it down into that gear slot securely. Sometimes you have to give it a little love tap. Not too much, just a little bit. Now you notice that the gear is sloppy. That's normal. But once the gear assembly is put back together, it's going to stretch it back out nice and tight. Once you've gotten to this point, you're pretty close to being done with the rebuild of the system. Although, I will recommend that you double check that your bearings are good. Okay, these have no sliding, no slack. I've already checked each one of the clutch plates, and all the clutch plates are good. So the only thing that was wrong with this unit was that the chain was bad. And remember, I told you have to have this side hanging over the side, because when you reassemble this thing, it has to be in this position. You can't reassemble it with this on the bottom. It will turn out to be a bad day if you try that. So, anyways, now that this is all put back together properly, you want to go ahead and slide this piece back on. Careful to make sure that it fits into all the splines just the way it's supposed to. Sometimes you got to turn it a little bit. Get in there. There it goes. Further. That was silly me. Make sure it fits tight on that side. Now you're all pretty much back together. Give it a few little love taps here and there to make sure that everything slugs up good and tight. And there, now you have a rebuilt transfer case, new chain built into it, and it is ready for all the bolts, reassembly of all the bolts. This little cap goes back on over here, and of course this goes back on over here, and of course put the little C-clip back into place. Good to go. It's been a pleasure talking with you. Again, this is the BMW X5 2005 model. This is the ATC 500 transfer case.